You know that creamy green fruit you love to spread on toast or mash up for guacamole? It feels so simple, right? So modern. But the avocado on your plate is hiding a secret history, one that is way more bizarre and ancient than you could ever imagine. And it starts not in a kitchen, but with a very surprising anatomical comparison. So let's just start with this. Do you have any idea what the word avocado actually means? I'll give you a hint. It's got less to do with food and a whole lot more to do with, well, let's just say human anatomy. Okay, so the word comes to us from the Nahuatl language, spoken by the Aztecs. Their word for it was aguacat. And yeah, because of its shape and how it grows, aguacat was also their slang for testicle. So, congratulations, your guacamole is, technically speaking, testicle sauce. But believe me, the avocado secrets go way, way deeper than just a funny name. To really understand the avocado, we have to go back in time, and I mean way back, before humans, before civilization, to a world that was run by giants. Now, before we meet these giants, let's just get one thing straight. An avocado is not a vegetable. Nope, it's a fruit. And if you want to get really technical about it, botanically, it's a large, single-seeded berry. But it's a berry with a really, really big problem. Scientists call the avocado an evolutionary anachronism. It's basically a ghost of evolution. Just think about it for a second. That giant pit in the middle, it's way too big for any animal today to just swallow and, help spread around. The fruit literally evolved for a world that doesn't exist anymore, for a partner in this evolutionary dance that has completely vanished. This timeline just lays the problem out perfectly. Back in the Pleistocene, the avocado develops this giant seed for its giant animal partners. But then, around 15,000 years ago, poof, those partners are gone. They go extinct, leaving the avocado totally stranded in time. Until a much smaller, but much, much smarter partner came along. Us. So who were these missing partners? We're not talking about squirrels or birds here. We're talking about true megafauna. Creatures like gomphithers, ancient relatives of elephants, glyptodonts, which were basically car-sized armadillos, if you can picture that. And of course, giant ground sloths. These were the only animals big enough to swallow an avocado whole, wander off, and plant a new tree miles away. So without those giant animals, the avocado should have just died out. It had no way to reproduce effectively. But it didn't. And that's because it found us. And that new partnership would kick off a journey spanning the next 10,000 years. And what's really interesting is that the earliest proof we have of humans eating avocados wasn't actually found in Mexico. It was way down in Peru at a site called Huaca Prieta. We're talking 10,500 years ago. We've been eating this prehistoric berry for a very, very long time, basically saving it from extinction and making it part of our own story. But our relationship with the avocado took a very, very specific turn in the last century. Today, when you go to the store and buy an avocado, there is an 80% chance you are eating this one specific variety, the Hass. Just one type has completely cornered the global market. It's wild. And here is the absolute craziest part. Every single Hass avocado in the entire world, from a cafe in Sydney to a supermarket in Stockholm, is a clone. They can all be genetically traced back to one single accidental mother tree that grew in the backyard of a California mailman named Rudolf Haas. He patented it back in 1935. One random tree gave birth to a multi-billion-dollar global industry. But of course, that incredible global success has come at a price. The avocado's journey from a prehistoric relic to a global superfood has a complicated and, let's be honest, sometimes a pretty dark modern chapter. The sheer scale of the industry today is just staggering. Mexico is the undisputed heart of it all, the epicenter. They produce nearly 3 million metric tons of avocados every single year. That incredible demand has created this massive boom, turning the fruit into what a lot of people now call green gold. And producing that much green gold takes a shocking amount of resources, especially water. I mean, the footprint is immense. In a place like Chile's main avocado growing region, which is already water scarce, it can take over 300 liters of applied water to grow just one avocado. That puts a massive strain on the local environment and on the people who need that same water to live. So what you end up with is this major disconnect. The image we buy into, right? It's trendy, it's healthy, it's green, but the reality of producing it in many places involves illegal deforestation to plant more orchards. It involves severe water shortages. And in a place like Mexico, the trade is so valuable, it's attracted organized crime and even cartel extortion.
And I'm not exaggerating here. The situation in some parts of Mexico has gotten so serious that people have started using the phrase blood guacamole to describe the human cost of our global appetite for this fruit. It's, it's a chilling phrase that reminds you of the real-world impact of the food we choose to eat. So, let's bring all of this together. From a lost world of prehistoric giants all the way to the complex and messy realities of global trade, the story of the avocado really is the hidden story of your toast. It is just such an unbelievable journey when you lay it all out. A fruit evolves specifically to be eaten by giant sloths. It gets stranded by extinction. It gets saved and cultivated by ancient humans for thousands of years. And then it becomes this cloned global commodity that ends up on your breakfast plate. So the next time you see an avocado, just remember this. It's not just a piece of fruit. It's the final edible chapter of an absolutely epic story. A story that spans millennia, continents, extinction, and even modern conflict. And all of that leaves us with one final, kind of tough question. Knowing its incredible journey and knowing its very real modern costs, what does that avocado on your toast really mean to you?